What is up, guys? So it has been a while since I've made a video. But we're gonna come back with a banger because I learned that a few days ago the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie trailer came out, and I'm not gonna show it in this video, but I'll probably leave a link to it in the pinned comment for anyone that hasn't seen it and wants to see it. But if you haven't watched the trailer yet, you can go watch the trailer if you want to, or unless if you want spoilers before you watch the trailer. I mean that's fine too, I guess. But yeah, today's video is going to be breaking down the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie trailer, and we're just going to dive into it. So, in the first couple seconds of the trailer, there's a few citizens walking around and the setting looks like it's a carnival or some sort of festival because there's a building like near the back, as you can see, and there are some like lights up, and there aren't necessarily like any amusement park rides or anything like that. So I would assume that this is some sort of festival. However, it could also be a carnival that's just parked next to another building. It could be a fair of some sort, but I would assume it's a festival. Now, next, a few seconds later in the trailer, we see this spinning wheel here, which means that the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, well, if I had to guess what this is, I would assume that the wheel is spun and the person that spins it gets to hang out with the Five Nights at Freddy's character that is randomly picked. And there's also some evidence to support that in the end of the trailer as well, but that would be my assumption. Now, next we get a scene of Abby biking, and right before that there's actually as you can see, she's actually going over to the pizzeria. She's bike riding over to the pizzeria in order to see the animatronics again and to fix them, as she writes in this note, because yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be Abby's handwriting. I doubt Mike or Vanessa would end up writing that, but yeah, so Abby pretty much writes this letter telling Mike that she went to the pizzeria to fix the animatronics because last time the animatronics pretty much had to shut down or were shut down. Something like that. Something happened with the animatronics, whether they were destroyed or shut down or they had to stay behind at the pizzeria, something like that. But yeah, Abby pretty much wants to bring the animatronics back to life. And then you have Mike seeing this note with a concerned reaction because, as illustrated in the first movie, he was very very concerned for Abby's safety, no matter what the struggle with parental custody was. He still cared for Abby greatly, and that also carries over into this movie. So yeah, Mike being the parent or parental figure, because I could be wrong about this, but I think Mike is Abby's brother from what I remember. It's been a long while since I watched the first movie, but I think Mike is like Abby's like older brother, maybe. I could be wrong about that, but let me know in the comments if I am. But so Mike of course has this genuine concern for Abby, and then we go into more Mike and Vanessa. Vanessa looks scared here, which is concerning because she worked security at Five Nights at Freddy's. She was a police officer in the first movie, of course, which I can't remember if that actually carries into this one or not, but yeah, so Vanessa looks concerned. Mike's listening to her, and she pretty much goes into about how the how Abby's in danger, and from what I yeah, and she also goes into like the animatronics like being everywhere. Um and she talks about how they're out there. So we do have that scene. And by out there, she's not talking about like in the pizzeria, of course. She means that they're out there in the world. So this is honestly a more concerning situation than the first because of that. Because in the first movie, they were confined in the pizzeria. This one, they're just out everywhere, free roaming. And then we get this little scene of, I believe, I don't know which character that is. I was thinking it was Bonnie at first, but now I don't think so. Um, but yeah, we do get that. But yeah, we do get that photo of the animatronic. They actually look. I have to admit, the quality improved from the first one regarding the animatronics. I like the animatronic design in this one much better. But yeah, so we have this little scene, and then we have and then yeah, yeah, so we have this little scene. And then we do have this scene with like a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Now, I don't know who pushes this button, but my assumption is actually probably, I think it's been, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Vanessa's father. That was revealed in the first movie, William Afton, whose fake name was Steve, to try and get Mike to work at the pizzeria in the first place in order to get a job. So yeah, pretty much William Afton here though. That's my guess. My guess is that this is William Afton pushing the button, waking up all the animatronics. And yeah, there's 3, 2, 1, the yellow button gets pushed. Now that says it says W time, I think. Something like that. Yeah, it says something. Oh, it says showtime. Okay, so yeah, this says showtime. So I would assume that this is William Afton powering the animatronics back on. So, cause yeah, it wouldn't be Mike or Vanessa. It's not Abby either, because it's clearly an adult hand. So yeah, I would assume that this is William Afton, aka like who was wearing the Springtrap costume. So I assume this is him. So yeah, we have that. And then we have this animatronic powering on, which looks to have a beak, so I would guess that that's Chica. And then we have Chica taking this person through the glass in a kind of freaky, scary way. Now, they do also have like the bird claws or talons, which would imply that I honestly don't know if it is Chica because I don't think Chica necessarily like it implies that it's a bird, but I don't think it is Chica. It might be a different animatronic that we haven't seen yet. But or it could be another like variant of Chica from like a different Five Nights at Freddy's game other than the first. It could be that as well. But we get that scene, and then we go into seeing a different version of Foxy, which is kind of creepy, not gonna lie, especially with the red eyes. And then we have another animatronic in the background too, which I forget what it is off the top of my head, but yeah. So we have these animatronics. I from what I'm not certain of this, but I would assume that. Oh yeah, that's right. So it's in this house. So we have these yeah, so we have this couple here. So if I had to cuz I don't remember I don't think they were in the first movie. So I would assume that maybe I would assume these are just random citizens that are being attacked by the animatronics cuz I don't remember them from the first movie at all or if they had any relation to Abby, but they get attacked. The glass breaks in their house by these animatronics. And then we also get, actually, even before that, we get this scene here of Bonnie putting up like a metal stick. I thought at first it was like a magic wand or something for some weird reason. That's what I thought it was. But we do have this. We have like a, yeah, so we have like a stick or a baton, something like that. So Bonnie would, I assume, was about to end up like attacking Abby or Mike, but perhaps Vanessa ends up like Vanessa or maybe this could be a plot twist where like William Afton turns good, but I would assume that somebody gets saved here. Maybe perhaps this is a scene where Mike ends up saving Abby. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And then we have Vanessa with a weapon in the movie, of course. So we do have so yeah, we do have this. So Vanessa is showing signs of self-defense and of concern too. And and I don't know if they are in the house in this scene. It looks like they're in a different place just based on the poster and the billboard. Like maybe this is at Abby's school, but it could also be a house. It could be their house in the daytime, but if it's not, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a school or something, or a place that Abby maybe is sent to, or Mike perhaps. Um, Maybe perhaps there's clues by the animatronics or something as to what's gonna happen with William Afton this time. So there's things like that. But yeah, Vanessa looks very very concerned. Like the fear in her eyes is genuine in this case. And then we get this scene here, which I would believe that's I don't know who that figure is. Now, it could be Mike, but it also could be William Afton. I would assume it's one of them. I would assume it's Mike. I don't know. Mike would be my best guess, and there's like a series of doors that open. Maybe some Five Nights at Freddy's characters come out. I don't remember specifically. But then we get, I actually looked up the name because I honestly forgot. But this is Balloon Boy. So we do have Balloon Boy here, jump scaring someone. It'd be cool if in the movie, like, if this, like, based on the screenshot I took, if it was almost like you were first person in the game and like the actual movie tried to like jump scare you, that would be kind of cool. It looks like that's what they're trying to do. So I would hope that that's the case. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, we get this cool shot of Balloon Boy here. And then we have this. Now, I honestly think that this is probably Springtrap. Now, I don't know if it would be Vanessa's father again or if it's someone else. Because to me, the hand looks maybe a little bit different, but it could just be the angle and the lighting that, where in reality it might look the same. But, this is most definitely Springtrap again. It could also be Golden Freddy, because the gold hand. There's a potential chance that this time it might be Golden Freddy and not Springtrap, but it's one of the two. So yeah, we have Golden Freddy getting a weapon here. I would assume to probably kill Mike potentially, or Vanessa. Or maybe even Abby, but I would assume Mike or Vanessa. Now, next we have this scene of an animatronic taking now it looks like based on the room they're in the pizzeria. So I would assume that there's a random security guard in the pizzeria, perhaps a new one, that ends up getting yanked by one of the animatronics. And this could occur after Abby bikes over to the pizzeria to fix them, maybe. And she doesn't necessarily know about a potential new animatronic that's roaming around. That could be a possibility. And then we get this screenshot. Now, I was thinking initially this is Vanessa, like present day Vanessa for some reason, but I wouldn't say it is because it looks like they're wearing headphones, which Vanessa doesn't necessarily have, in like the present day, and they also look younger than Vanessa does. So, I would assume that this is actually from the past. I'm thinking that in this movie we might get flashbacks, and I would assume that this is Vanessa's flashback to maybe getting attacked by the animatronics before, or maybe even by Golden Freddy if Golden Freddy is going to be in this movie. And maybe this is like Vanessa telling Mike the story of how she got attacked and why Mike and Abby need to, steer clear of the animatronics. So that would be my guess here. And then we get this then there's this final screenshot I took. We have the festival, carnival. Now it looks like there's bumper cars in the back, so it could very well be a carnival or theme park. But considering that there's a road sign there, I would assume that this is a festival. So yeah, my best bet is that this is a festival. That's probably a stand somewhere to the right in the background. And we also have in the lower right corner one of the ice cream things from the game. I forget what it's called. I'm sorry to any diehard Five Nights at Freddy's fans out there for forgetting what this stuff is called. But yeah, in this final scene, we have Freddy. And yeah, Freddy's out in the festival, free roaming, with the bow tie and everything. So yeah. And honestly, it could very well be regular Freddy that's grabbing the weapon in that one shot in the trailer, but I have a feeling that it's Golden Freddy because it looked more gold to me. But it could very well just be brown and the lighting is just throwing me off. But yeah, so we have this final screenshot of Freddy here, and that's awesome. But yeah, there is my trailer breakdown, my little analysis of what I think is going to happen. The movie comes out December 5th, 2025. We have about so we have about 8 months until this movie comes out. And yeah, I honestly it looks good. Like I feel like this movie's going to be an improvement from the first movie. So, yeah, this will be fun when it comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this little breakdown video. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.